Hello everybody and welcome to the OANDA Midweek Forex Market Update for the 30th of April. My name's Simon Clarke from Trade with Precision, and I'll be discussing a couple of markets that are of key interest right now. Now, the first market I want to talk about today is Euro GDP, because this market is trading at just around some very interesting levels. If we take a look at this market on the weekly chart, we can see, coming back for some time now, the market's been in a very, very nice, consistent, predictable downtrend. Nice ebbs and flows, nice sort of consistent lower highs and lower lows. Now, if I zoom into this, we'll see that the market has recently had a pullback, and it's actually broken the previous higher low, or lower high I should say, within this trend. We had a level through here around the 83.50 area, which has been prior support and also resistance, which also happened to cluster with the previous lower high. Market sort of broke above that but couldn't continue, and now it's sort of rolled back over. So we've got this lower level, so around the 8200 level, which has been tested numerous times on these lower time frames, and now market's right back at that area now. So if we come down to the daily chart, we can see here on the daily chart that this 8200 level has been tested. It's been support a number of times through here. On the daily, we've now got a resumption of a downtrend here, so we've got lower highs and lower lows. We've got our moving averages all in the right order as well, and we've got a nice agreement here in the general trend direction with our indicators as well. So what I'm doing is just coming down to the lower time frames even still. So we come down to the 4-hour chart. Whilst on the 4-hour chart we haven't got such clean chart structure and clean trend structure, we can start to put a couple of other levels in this market, or another level around here around the 82.20, where we can see that within this lower time frames the market's found support, resistance, support again around the 8200 level here. Now recently the market's just sort of come straight back down. We've had a big move down to the downside here, back down to sort of 8200. It's found support here, tried to sort of rally back up. It's we've got this level of resistance, potential resistance above price, resisting price moving higher, and we've got this level of potential support down below. So my bias is on this market is looking for opportunities to the short side underneath 8200 once this level of support has been broken. Now the next market I want to take a look at here is the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, and let's come to the weekly chart first of all. Now what I like about this market here is that, for some time we can see that the market has been in a sideways consolidation on these higher time frames, but recently we've got the formation of a new trend and we've got a breakout of that consolidation. So if we just zoom into this, you can see here there's a couple of levels here. It's a 94 and 94.60, which we'll take a look at on the lower time frames, but here on the weekly we can see that we've now got a nice confirmed uptrend here. We've got higher highs and higher lows. We've got a breakout above this sort of sideways consolidation structure, and a breakout above this resistance level here, and we've also got our moving averages starting to fan out in the right order. So many nice things looking like a continuation of that we'd look for a continuation of the trend. Now looking at where this market can potentially go, there's potentially sort of nothing in the way for quite a reasonable move to the high side. So there's no sort of historical support and resistance in the way for higher prices. So if we come down the time frames, take a look here at the daily chart. If I just zoom out of this, you can see how many times this lower level of 94 has been tested through here. It's been a real resistance level, this level. We've also got another level up here, this 94.60, which has been prior resistance and also becoming support now. So if I zoom into this a little bit more, you can see that the market has now sort of like come back. It's tested 94.60, found support here, and now we're starting to get a move up to the long side. So again, coming down to the lower time frames, if I just zoom out of this, what we can do is we can see 94.60. We can see how many times this level has been tested. It's been quite a technical level, and even on these time frames, if I mark in another level through here that clusters with these previous lows, so we found support here a number of times, we found a bit of resistance here, the market has now just broken through this level here too. So previous levels of support, now potentially becoming a support again as price is now above those levels. And even on here on the 4-hour chart, we've also got the nice formation of a new uptrend forming here. We've got higher highs and higher lows too. So what I'm looking for on this market is I'm even looking at coming down to lower time frames even still, so coming down to the 60-minute chart. And again, we can even start to build a bit of structure in here on the 60-minute chart, just looking at these highs, these recent highs that the market has tested on the 1-hour chart. And for me, what I'm looking for is opportunities above this sort of 95.20 area. Above this level, I'd like to see this area decisively broken, and then look for opportunities in a continuation of this trend to the long side. So that's what I'm looking for on Aussie dollar JPY and Euro Great British Pound. Okay, so if you'd like to learn more about Forex trading, then please come and join us in our next webinars that we're running this week. We've got 2 that we're running this week. The first one is Forex in Focus, which is a live market analysis webinar. Now this webinar will be run by a professional Forex trader. It's an interactive session, and what he'll be doing is taking a look at some of the markets that are of key interest at the moment, taking a look at some of the key OANDA tools like the heat maps to look for opportunities on strengthening currency pairs and weakening currency pairs as well. So it's a great opportunity to be able to ask a professional trader any questions that you may have around the OANDA tools and features that we have here on the platforms, or indeed any markets that you want to take a look at as well. Now the second webinar that we're running this week is avoiding false breakouts. Now in this webinar we'll be discussing how you can spot potential breakout levels and develop a trading strategy for them. You'll understand the meaning of support and resistance levels and what we classify as true support and true resistance. Discover why sloping trend lines can be very largely sort of subjective and unreliable as levels of support and resistance, and you'll also develop your own criteria for a potential entry, stop placement, when solid breakout levels appearing a trend. So if you'd like to join us on these webinars, all you need to do is to check your OANDA website, check the education, and then you can tab and you can then register to join these webinars. Okay, so I hope you found it useful and look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now.